Hey guys, it's Owen from Wrestling Inc. back with another wrestling news roundup. Without any further ado, let's get into today's biggest stories in the world of professional wrestling. Backstage news on Brock Lesnar returning to SmackDown after walkout. A week after Brock Lesnar reportedly walked out and then returned to WWE SmackDown, new details of the frenzied backstage events at the TD Garden in Boston have surfaced. According to Dave Meltzer in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Lesnar walked out the moment word circulated backstage of Vince McMahon's retirement tweet. Although details of exactly what transpired have been kept confidential, Meltzer noted that Lesnar returned to the arena at approximately 8:30 p.m., more than 7 hours after his walkout. WWE management reportedly kept in constant touch with Lesnar following his walkout and, quote, made a deal with him to return. Meltzer did not specify if the deal was pertaining to a creative change or WWE offering Lesnar a more lucrative contract. There is still uncertainty over the exact reason for Lesnar's walkout, whether he was just mad at McMahon's retirement or if it was just brilliant business on his part in reading the situation. Quote, the only person who knows would never reveal what was in his mind when he left, Meltzer wrote. One source told The Observer that Lesnar, inarguably the biggest star in WWE, walking out hours after McMahon's retirement would have sent a terrible public message and created the perception that the company was in chaos in the post-McMahon era. As such, it was imperative for Lesnar to appear on the show, and WWE management was committed to making it happen. Meltzer also confirmed reports that alternate plans were in place in case Lesnar did not return to the show, with several names pitched as replacements for the SummerSlam main event against Roman Reigns in the last man standing match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Upon returning to the TD Garden, Lesnar went out to the ring and destroyed Theory, who has been teasing cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase against Lesnar or Roman Reigns this Saturday at SummerSlam. Although Lesnar was previously advertised for the show, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee reacted to Lesnar's appearance in shock, essentially acknowledging the rumors of the Beast's walkout. When Lesnar returned, quote, he seemed very happy, per Meltzer, indicating that whatever deal WWE management agreed to bring him back clearly worked. Fightful Select had reported last week that a behind-the-scenes source reacted to the situation by calling it, quote, overblown, but admitted they were unsure if Lesnar would end up actually appearing on the show. Creative even produced another script for the show that didn't feature the Beast incarnate whatsoever, which was reflected in the rundown released before they went live. They decided to leave the last segment of the night open in a way that Lesnar could make his return and be involved if that's what he chose to do. As noted, the night's main event saw the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions The Usos and Theory team up to face the Street Profits and Madcap Moss. The Profits and Moss were awarded a disqualification victory after Theory used his Money in the Bank briefcase to strike Moss in the head. Theory then continued to attack Moss after the match, but Brock Lesnar would make the save, planting Theory with an F5 to end the episode. It does appear, for now, that Lesnar will be challenging the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns in the last man standing title match at SummerSlam this coming Saturday. The show will take place from the Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. This will be Lesnar's first match inside of a WWE ring since his loss to Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 38 Night 2 this past April, when Reigns simultaneously retained his Universal Championship and defeated Lesnar to capture the WWE Championship in the main event of the broadcast. So what are your thoughts on today's Wrestling News Roundup? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling Inc. and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.